Hey guys, first regardsman here, and so I'll be talking about a heroic bolt sniper rifle build for the sniper class in Space Marine 2 patch 13 to maximize our range damage. Now, the heroic bolt sniper is the best bolt sniper by far, in my opinion. You have a times 20 headshot multiplier, and because of the perk effect here, replenishing hit, as long as you keep hitting your headshots, you have effectively infinite ammo, which is a super strong perk effect, and each one of those headshots will almost damn near one shot an extremis, and definitely one shot a Majora's enemy on this build. Now, for the perk tree setup, I do start off with the perk here, Remote Threat first. Enemies at a distance of more than 25 meters take 20% more damage. Moving here into the perk Survival Instinct, when your health's below 30%, you will deal 25% more damage. Now, there are a couple ways to build this sniper. If you want to go into stuff like Squad Renewal on top of stuff like Purification, you can kind of sit at that low HP very easily because a sniper is pretty damn tanky at low HP because of those perks, and this will be able to be up the entire time. But if you don't want to do that, it's still a pretty strong perk effect. Now, for the next perk here, I do take the perk Adamantine Grip up here into the perk Finisher Reload. Then we go through here into the perk Unwavering Resolve, Headhunter for more headshot damage, down here into increased capacity for like one more shot in our ammo reserve. And the final perks here are Strong Start for 25% more damage in the first round of our magazine, because on this weapon, you do get ammunition directly back into your magazine, and that means this 25% buff is up pretty much 24/7, which is very strong. Even though the perk down here, a strong finish, is technically more damage, this one is better overall in my opinion. Next perk here is Cleaving Fire, and the final perk here is Recoupment for some armor restoration, because if you really want to, you could go all the way down the bottom tree for like Great Might, but this perk here does nothing for you because the Heroic Bolt Sniper doesn't benefit from any ammunition regen perks, and also the perk Great Might I just don't think is that worthwhile, and also the perk down here, Strong Finish, while strong, is just not as good on this build as the Strong Start, especially with perks here like Finish or Reload. And that's pretty much all there is for the Bolt Sniper Rifle. Now, for the secondary, I do take an Inferno pistol because the main downside of this build is that the Heroic Bolt Sniper kind of sucks at Horde Clear, and the Argent Edge is not that strong against Horde Clear despite being fencing, and Inferno pistols are just nice against things like Hormigons, so for that reason, I do pick this up. Now, for the perk tree here, let's go down the bottom tree first, starting off Perpetual Range, going to the perk Brace Reload, into the perk Perpetual Range again, up here into the perk Great Might. Then we pick up the perk Increased Capacity, Adamant Restoration, and the final two perks here are Extra Shot and the perk Trick Shot for armor restoration, and that's pretty much all there is for this one. And as for the variant, you can really take whatever you want. You could take the Rate of Fire or like the ammunition one like I did, that is up to you. They're both good for different reasons, but if you want to take a different one, you certainly can. Now, for the melee weapon, we do take the Argent Edge because the Argent Edge is the best fencing weapon in the entire game, and on this build, we are trying to max out our damage on our Heroic Bolt Sniper, so we do take the perk down here, which is Exacting Focus, which reads, after a gun strike, you'll deal 20% more range damage for 10 seconds, and because the Argent Edge will give us a gun strike opportunity on every single parry no matter what, this will pretty much trigger all the time, so a really good synergy there, and also the Argent Edge is just a very powerful weapon in general. Now, for the perk tree here, it really does not matter too much. The Argent Edge is predominantly a parry weapon or a parry stick, and like the actual damage is, even with like the base 18, it's not that important. So I just go down here for Perpetual Strength first, moving here into the perk Kinetic Energy. Then I pick up the perk here, Perpetual Strength again, Heavy Onslaught, Reeling Blow down here, Shadow Stab for single target damage, up here in the Tide of Battle, Shoulder Bash, because I think the lunging attack on this perk just feels way better, and I'm pretty sure the recovery frames are also quite a bit faster, so a really strong option here. And the final perk is Terminus Slayer for that 20% damage buff on Terminus enemies, because usually I find myself just like shanking the Carnifexes and stuff like that, this weapon, so for that reason, I do prefer this. So if you want to take Extremis Slayer instead, you can definitely do that. And that's pretty much all there is for the weapon selection. Now, for our perk tree, I do start off with a perk here, Block Break first. Shots will penetrate enemy block stances, dealing 50% of the usual damage. This will stack with our perk and our perk tree here, which is Cleaving Fire for another 25%, which is pretty strong. I will say this perk is mostly useful against Biovores, because when Biovores are planted, you can still shoot their face, and also, even if an enemy is blocking in Space Marine 2, you will still trigger headshot perk effects, so stuff like this for your ammunition restoration on the heroic effect, this will go off no matter what. So Block break's actually pretty good. Though I will say if you want to take melee mastery instead, you can definitely do that. Next perk here is Vantage Point. Remaining stationary for 2 seconds increases your ranged weapons damage by 20%. Now, in patch like 12 plus, they have made it so the base cooldown of the camo cloak is only 90 seconds. So being able to sit for 2 seconds after lingering concealment here is very easy, and triggering this perk is actually quite strong. Next perk here is Iron Grip. Weapon spread and recoil reduced by 20%, and range damage against terminus level enemies increased by 15% for bolt sniper rifles and stalker bolt rifles. Well, bolt sniper rifles are us, so we definitely take this perk, and dexterous hands and the perk down here lethal efficiency do nothing for us. Next perk here is marksmanship. Headshot damage increases by 10% for all team members. This is a really strong perk effect. You definitely notice like the damage buff here for some of the breakpoints. So I will say if you want to take precision targeting or squad renewal and like purification, you can definitely do that. Next perk here is Renewal. A headshot killer restores camo cloak's charge by 15%. Moving here into the perk Targeted Shot. The first range attack that breaks camo cloak deals 75% more damage. Since we are going for full range damage, you definitely want to pick this up. And the final perk here is Lingering Concealment. After performing an attack that breaks camo cloak, you remain hidden for 2 seconds. This perk is very strong these days because, like I mentioned before, the base cooldown, the camo cloak, is only 90 seconds now, which means you will start your cooldown pretty much immediately and get your camo cloak back significantly faster in like 99% of the game's life cycle. So, really strong option here. But I will say, if you want to take persistence instead, you can definitely do that. Now, the final perk here is a Pattern of Excellence. Performing 3 consecutive headshots for the equipment charged by 1, the cooldown is 30 seconds. Now, this may be kind of difficult to trigger sometimes on a bolt sniper rifle for some players, though the Inferno pistol could be swapped for like a normal firepower bolt pistol because this is one of the highest gunstrike damages in the game currently, or like a heavy bolt pistol or the heroic option. But on this build, you will still be able to trigger that off your bolt sniper. It just might be a little bit more difficult. But 30-second melt bombs, shock nades, cracks, and frags, those are incredibly potent in this game, so definitely pick this up. Now, for the prestige perk options, I do take Emperor's Grace first for invulnerability for 2 seconds on Camo Cloak because this is just a god tier option for just a utility. And the next perk here is Conviction. When your armor is fully depleted, you'll take 25% less health damage for 15 seconds. This is the perk that actually makes a sniper quite tanky because the sniper is the lowest HP total in the game tied with Tech Marine, but unlike the Tech Marine, he does have damage reduction here, which pushes him over the edge. Next perk here is Exacting Focus. After a gun strike, you'll deal 20% more range damage for 10 seconds, and the final perk is Indomitable Spirit. While performing a gun strike, you do not lose control of heavy hits and cannot be knocked back because no knockback in Space Marine 2 is incredible, and on a heroic bolt sniper, you don't get to take versatile precision anyway, so definitely grab this. And that is pretty much all there is for this build, guys. I mean, the heroic bolt sniper is usually only good against Tyranids, but you could even take this against Chaos. It's just that the Chaos hitboxes are very awkward, and you might not even want to like try it against the Chaos spawn at times. But that is up to you, and hopefully this build guide helped you. And if you like content like this, subscribe for more. And if you want to watch me live, ask me questions about the game, or just come hang out, you can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description, and also a link to my community Discord. I also want to say a special thank you to my channel members. Your guys' support helps me make content like this, and as always, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Bye.
Chameleoline cloak activated. Stealth ready. Xenos scum on scope. I am a phantom of death.
That look very cool.
Chameleoline cloak ready.
A Majora's sniper round charged around the corner really peeves you? Same, brother.
Buckle terrain. Raviner activity. Fester and rot. Xenos abomination. Active camouflage charge. Watch out! Neurothropes seek to ravage our wits. pernicious one at that. Stealth ready.
Or Space Marine 3 will play like this. Space Marine 3 will probably mostly be an asset flip of this game, like not in a bad way. You know, like look at Elden Ring to
They shall not see.
from Dark Souls to Elden Ring, and you'll see like asset flipping your games is actually a bad thing. As long as you add new stuff, you know, like the Great Sword moveset is pretty much exactly the same as it's been since Dark Souls, but we have new weapons now too.
Never lost sight of that. Alien bioforming.
I'm sure Space Marine 2's player base will find a way to complain, because when do they not?
Filthy burrower eliminated. Active camouflage charged.
I think Space Marine 1, does Space Marine 2 play like Space Marine 1? Well, Space Marine 1 is made by an entirely different company, so no. Not really at all. Completely different games. I mean, they're both horde shooters to some degree, so there's like overlap, but they're not the same.
Synaptic servant slaughtered.
Space Marine 3 is a dead game. No one plays it. Yeah, dude, Space Marine 2 is such a dead game. Now, I say this all the time. Space Marine 2 is a dead game. I can't wait to see what, like, an alive game of Space Marine 3 would feel like.
Camelio line engaged. Camelio line cloak ready. Synaptic servant slaughtered.
Space Marine 2 is the most updated non-life service game, pretty much. I mean, Space Marine 2 is a very consumer-friendly business model. It's kind of nuts to think it doesn't. Like, what's a more consumer-friendly business model than Space Marine 2 for horde shooters? Like Deep Rock Galactic, maybe? Definitely not Dark Tide or Helldivers 2.
Life at the Astra Militarum camp. Human life, anyway.
Oh.
Talassa, you need to acquire the Astra Militarum demolition codes required to deploy and arm their ordnance. Source one from any soldier you see, alive or otherwise.
Active camouflage charged. Camelio line cloak activated.
Okay.
Minos love crawling.
You're cool, dude.
Readying Camelio line cloak ready. Separate way headed to one of the soldiers around here probably has the codes. Stealth ready. Rearming. One of the soldiers around here probably has the codes. The galaxy is a better place for there being one less rabbit.
Have you played any other Saber games? Not really. I mean, like a little bit of World War Z, but like that's about it.
Camelio line cloak ready. Precisely what we
Blaster.
needed. Demolition codes here.
I don't really play any other games in Space Marine 2 for the most
Codes
part.
retrieved.
Proceed to the Prometheum refinery and complete the demolition preparations.
Perfect.
I stalk my target. Their numbers are no match for our trade. Changing magazine. Active camouflage charged.
or is the heroic bolt sniper easier in true solo? I mean, I'd say the snipers are all easier in true solo because you just pause the enemies, but it's the same as your teammates being the last brother standing. If you're really trying to set up headshots in groups, the best thing to do would be like things like this, where you parry them, because parries will put them into a guaranteed animation. It's very predictable. Well, 100% predictable, pretty much.
Our orders are clear. Advance. Our way is clear. They shall not see me. Fester and rot.
I've never seen Promethean in the raw. Hope it burns all the same.
Helioline cloak ready. Helioline engaged. Stealth ready.
One second.
Inserting fresh magazine. Eyes up, brothers. Xenos descending. Readying next volley. Synaptic servant slaughtered. I am a phantom of death. Line cloak ready. Tyranids have no eye for tactics.
How to double block was super nice of them to do that.
Line cloak activated. Relive. Xenos active camouflage charge.
I'd say I appreciate your tenacity for playing this game and never getting burnt out from it. You know, I've often wondered myself, I'm like, how much of enjoying a game is like community in a game also enjoying it? Because that's just human nature, is if you're in a group of people that all like something, you're more likely to like them. That's how culture's formed in the first place in a lot of cases. Or at least part of it. Things that shared values of people, but so I am 24/7 pretty much surrounded by people that A, love Warhammer 40k, and B, love Space Marine 2 and Dark Tide, so that definitely influences me.
We have reached the
Far more than if I just played the game on my own.
We're making good time. We're going to need it.
And that's independent of even it just being my job, too.
Infernus pattern melter charge. Impressive.
Use the codes to prime the bomb and finish its deployment into the crude Promethean well. Cautiously, if you know what is good for you.
Line cloak ready. We lanced that cystic Xenos monstrosity. Step. Line engaged. Active camouflage charge. synaptic servant slaughtered.
How do you feel about bleed effect for knives? Well, they did say they wanted to add in bleed effects and shock effects. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Saber's been putting burn effects onto, like, legitimately everything they can, because it's, like, the only status effect applied by weapons in this game, damn near. I mean, we have, like, shock areas, too, but shock, like, what the fuck do you do with shock?
Time to get to work, machine.
Rites of activation have been observed. The generators hum in the machine god's name. Crane sequencing initialized. Delivering payload.
Shock could periodically stagger enemies. That'd be a nice overhaul for it. You know, somebody asked me earlier, what's the most annoying enemy in Space Marine 2 for you? I actually think I have a good answer for this now, and that is just strictly the,
Heading to generator 3.
that is just strictly, undeniably, the Sword Warrior. The double block on the Sword Warrior, that might actually be worse than Spore Mines.
Perhaps they see only twitching Xenos carapaces remain. Fire on the gun beast! Active camouflage charged. The beast's guns fall silent.
X-axis aligned. By the Omnissiah's will.
Right, seen game. What's up, Osborne?
Does that mean it is close to finish?
Attention.
I think
Crane
not.
drive is jammed. Perform the necessary cleansing to resume operation.
Scares of the Gatlings are the worst if they laser you? Eh, not really. All you have to do is just have like a single stagger weapon for them.
Begin the course of locomotion, adepts.
Scare of the missile guys are just, they're more pod stompy. They kill newer players more than the melee ones do. The melee ones are much harder overall. They're the ones that actually frame trap you.
Vacate generator falls cowering. Climbing is not
As long as you have like a long range stagger option of some kind, the missile ones aren't too bad.
Camelio line cloak ready. Readying next volley.
Sword warriors block like 100% of damage on their on a ground pound. Just nuts. An ice effect where it builds up, frost an enemy, and once they freeze, it's a free execute or shatter. I mean, that'd be cool. I want a frost axe. You know, I kind of suspect we might get a frost axe. I was like, my copium has been that for a while, but the Space Wolf Champion? I don't know. We're probably gonna get like 16 heroics in patch 15 anyways.
Incoming. Generator 2.
Y-axis aligned. Margin of error 0.0 nanometers. Blessed
I should have
instability
this thing
detected in
calibrated on
generator 2.
scopes.
Operator requested.
Inserting fresh magazine. They are really swarming that generator. Active camouflage charged. Changing magazine. Rearming. Stealth ready. Command, thank the
is off.
Emperor. It is done.
There is an observation platform overlooking the Cryptomedian fields. It will make a good vantage for your ambush.
Ended the Ravener's ravenous appetite. Camelio line cloak ready.
It's nice doing 100 absolute completions to Black Cave, 50 for the red like before. I mean, like,
Objective on the other
I feel
side.
like they could have made the objective a little bit more interesting, but there should be a long-term grind, and I thought they did kind of remove that, because people had all their Ultra Grind ordeals done in, like,
Readying next volley.
a matter of weeks because of that. Kind of defeats the purpose of an in-game grind.
They shall not. Their numbers are no match for our training. Stealth ready. Blast that foe before it calls for reinforcements. They fail in their quest for aid. Active camouflage charged. Reloading.
Sure, heavy for primary, or primary weapon for heavy and Y, Mr. Heavy Bolter. I think it's just the best for hard strats and ops. Or that or the Heroic Plasma, but Heroic Heavy Bolter is way better for players. I mean, the fencing windows gives you opportunities, balance does not. And it's good against both factions.
Camelio line cloak activated. There is a lift sniffing around. Stealth ready. Inserting fresh magazine. Our adversaries are keen to... No enemy reinforcements will interrupt us now. Alien bioform eliminated.
As for newbies and blocks for veterans, not really. Fencing's still strong. Like, Argent Edge is a very powerful weapon.
Arrived at Nozick's facility.
The problem is that, like, all the classes that you would want a fencing on, they all
There's
have
one
Argent
thing I
Edge.
know, Lieutenant. It is how to
So you don't really
pin
ever
down
need
I will
the other ones. Like, back in the day, you used to actually take Fencing Chainsword on tack. Then Argent Edge came out. It's like, okay, we just take Argent Edge now. There's, like, no reason to not take an Argent Edge if you want a fencing option. Like, your Chainsword ain't doing jack shit for damage on the fencing. Thank you for stuffing your...
Put it down. Crack grenade deployed. Fester and rot. Not abomination. Camelio line cloak ready. That zoanthrope has played its last mind. Active camouflage dodge. Synaptic servant slaughtered. Stealth ready. I am a phantom of death. Magazine empty.
Let's go down here and grab the thing.
Active camouflage charged. Readying next volley. Look at them all. Could not miss if I tried. Not that it would make a dent. Chameleon line cloak ready. Their numbers are no match for our trade. Active camouflage charged. Rearming. Tyranid high beast sighted. Stealth ready. Chameleon line engaged. We stand triumphant over the Tyranids.
Argent is so good, it will make you worse at the game because you get the full melee combos that enemies do when you switch to another melee weapon. I mean, that's why block is the best for learning the game too. You're actually forced to. It's also why it's the highest skill cap one. Osborne on the 100 stream watch streak.
We are in position and have
W,
eyes on
dude.
the target, Captain.
Dig in. We need that bomb triggered for optimal yield. Orbital scan estimates the bulk of the swarm will not be in position for a while yet. Keep your heads and get it done.
They're on to us. Time to start picking them off.
Oh, is that a zoanthrope? Bang.
Zoanthrope will not be troubling us any further.
Another one. Bang.
They shall not.
The bulk of the swarm is continuing along the predicted path. Continue holding.
Active camouflage charge.
The zoanthropes are supposed to be the most annoying portion of this whole mission here.
Fester and rot. Xenos abomination. Reloading.
Or like the finale, that's why they toss them at you, because like, they know like a lot of melee classes will struggle with those, but guess what? Either that, or like they are the only enemies to actually be able to float in, unlike Raveners and Lictors.
The stench of Xenos. Chameleon line cloak for Tyranids coming from the refinery. Munitions here.
Oh, look, it's Jeff. Hello, Jeff.
Chameleon line cloak activated. Xenos scum on scope. Scoping
Halfway
more
there,
swarms
brothers.
moving on.
Keep it up.
Stealth ready.
Okay.
I am a phantom of death. Active camouflage charge. Zoanthrope, coordinate fire. That's
The swarm has almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
Chameleon line cloak ready. Changing magazine. Their numbers are no match for our training. Active camouflage charged. Inserting fresh packaging.
What's your favorite primary weapon for heavy and why? I think we just answered this question. I like heavy vulture because it's got a fencing window.
Cook those rotten bastards.
We will stop their advance cold. Well, hot. What a sight. What a smell.
Tyranid biosigns down 90% and fall.
I couldn't understand the game was louder than the voice. Shouldn't be.
Excellent work.
Should be the same as that. Maybe it's because my mic was just too far away.
Extraction complete.
Alright. And that's a wrap on the Heroic Bolt Sniper. We can hear you fine, FTG. That's what I thought. Because like when one person says I can't hear you, I'm like, it's usually Cap. It's usually on their end.